Thank you very much for stopping by the live video podcast. Random Green here with another stellar video, a live stream video podcast. Like I say, hey guys, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. I wanted to talk to you individuals about a topic that could be an interest to you. Now this topic is focusing on your opponents in sports. Now, a lot of individuals will go and they'll think, well, we could beat that team from the 1970s. I know I did a video on this before, but I'll just it's nice to say it again because look, I can do these types of videos. Because within reason, of course, it's getting money's worth my computer and stuff, and also the fact that you when you focus on your opponents, that's what it is. A lot of these individuals, they'll say, "Well, this generation could beat the other generation." Oh man, we'd beat them by 50, 60, 70, 80 points. Well, first of all, you don't know. You know, this again, I've said this in the past. If you play a team from a team from 2025 or slash 26, are they going to care about teams from the year 3000 or the year 3 million? If there's going to be a year 3 million with humanity, I doubt it. I mean, not this humanity, not the current humanity that we have. It's not going to be around. But again, you focus on your opponents. You always back like in the 1970s and 80s. I think that was prime football. Those teams would dominate teams from nowadays. But just first of all, it was football back then. Now it's like, well, you touch the quarterback, go low on the quarterback, penalty. Oh my God, it's penalty. Or go high on a quarterback, penalty. See, and back then, there was this, you could chuck the receiver downfield. There was no 5-yard rule. I think there was, like, if the ball was in the air, obviously, and there was an interference penalty. Teams today, if they would go by and they played the teams from like the 1970s, like the Steelers, those teams would absolutely mess up teams from nowadays, regardless of the size, regardless. Now, especially if it's a bad weather game, bad weather games, teams from that era, especially the 80s too. 80s were really good. The 49ers and Giants teams were phenomenal. Jerry Rice, the best wide receiver of all time, the toughest wide receiver of all time. Someone will argue Randy Moss is the greatest receiver of all time. He always ran out of bounds like a little, and back in an era. Well, of course they would hit back in the 90s and early 2000s, but it's not the same. I mean, these, like I say, but even still, these individuals, they just focus on their opponents. It's, you just don't know who's going to win. You can't compare that. You go out in there and you play your style, and the what if factor is a lot of people like that. And that's what I'm doing now, kind of, but no, I mean, the Super Bowl was actually pretty good. I actually did watch Super Bowl 60. Seahawks beat the Patriots. They let them play a little bit. It was kind of old school football from a standpoint of they were hitting and stuff, and they weren't really calling a lot of penalties. And I think that was good. That was refreshing to see. Very refreshing to see the quarterbacks actually, receivers get hit too, and it was clean though. But they played their opponents. They didn't worry about if they could beat a team from 2099 or the year 4786. They wouldn't. Like I say, you focus on your opponents in all sports, and that's just sport, and not just football, but again, this goes in all sports. But it's been a while since I did a live video podcast on this channel. Actually, it's been a while since I did It's been a while since I did a live stream on this channel, other than other than PS5. PS5 is I might do that tomorrow. We'll see. There's so much stuff to watch. There's there's a show on Netflix called Night Agent. It's pretty good, really good. I highly recommend that. Uh, very, very good show. Very, very big show. Very good show. Um, so yeah, what else to talk about? I guess it's Pie Day. Again, 314. So the best pie I think is pecan pie. And yeah, like I say, speaking of sports, there were some upsets in college basketball. UCLA beat Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament, but I think they'll be fine. I still think Michigan State's got they'll be a number 2 or number 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. But it sounded like maybe they were concerned about playing if they could beat the team from from 99, 2000 or something. You don't, again, the teams that would focus on if they're the greatest of all time, you end up losing anyway. And like I say, what else to talk about? I want to keep this to about 10, 15 minutes, but I don't know, it doesn't really have to be that long. And yeah, it's been a while. It's like I say, it's been a while since I did a live video podcast. A lot of crazy things been happening with the wars. There's so much wars. You don't even know what the wars going on. I guess in Iran, I don't guess, actually no. In Iran there is a war going on, if you haven't noticed by now. But yeah, like I say, you just never know. And kind of boring, I guess. If you happen to watch this live video podcast, thank you very much for stopping by the channel. And yeah, hopefully you're still awake. But yeah, do me a favor, go back and watch all the live streams that I ever made and take notes, jot down notes. You may have to watch it 2 or 3 times. You might have to go back and watch and say, okay, you did this at 3 hours and 37 minutes. And I noticed you did this at 4 hours and 48 minutes. Please do that. That will really, really benefit you. And just do it. Go back and watch the Assassin's Creed's Mirage one. That's pretty cool. It'll really benefit you. If you have the time to do it, you'd be benefit. Your reward would be great in the galaxies. You should, though. And you don't have to, but it would really benefit you. Really would. It's a good thing. I mean, and not only that, watch every single live stream that's ever been made. Every single live stream that's ever been made. Go back and watch. But getting back to me not focusing on opponents in sports, these individuals that will watch or that will focus on other opponents from past, it's usually not the opponents, it's not the athletes, it's the fans that bring this up, because they'll sit there and say, oh yeah, this team from this era would dominate. How does a person even know that? So it's really kind of quite silly when it comes down to it. These fans, they don't know anything about sports. They don't know anything about modern day football versus, they don't know. They're one of those that say the shoulda, coulda, woulda, this team would get dominated in this era. Wow. How would you know? Can you prove that somehow? No, you can't. I mean, if they make the claim, they can't back it up with evidence. Just like if I make the claim, my claim is just as valid as their claim. When I say, hey, yeah, this team from this era would destroy this team from teams from like the 1980s and stuff, would absolutely dominate. Would absolutely dominate. I believe that teams from the 80s and even like the 90s Cowboys, they would obliterate some teams nowadays. Deion Sanders, look at that offensive line. Larry Allen, Eric Williams, when he blocked, when he was focusing and he was on his game, he dominated. Emmitt Smith was fantastic. Michael Irvin. And the defense was just phenomenal too. I mean, they had a really good defense. Deion Sanders was a shutdown corner when he played for the 49ers and then moved to the Cowboys. Now he's the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. Those teams, I believe, were by far the best teams in any era. Obviously, up to this day, those teams that those 90s Cowboys teams, and then even the 94 49ers were truly phenomenal. They were really, really good, really, really good teams. They had really good teams, and they would absolutely dominate. But again, that's just that's the they only focused on their opponents, and they were good. Them and the Cowboys and 49ers would always face off against each other. It was every single time the Cowboys and 49ers would be in the NFC Championship game, and they would always face off against each other. But they only focused on their opponents. Anyway, I think that'll do it. That'll about do it. Thank you very much for stopping by the channel, and happy Pi Day to everybody. And speaking of one more thing, I'll leave on this note. It's getting closer to the March Madness. I really get into that March Madness stuff with college basketball. So, yeah. Thank you for stopping by the channel and the live video podcast. All right.